underneath the shade of an oak so old, where the river bends deep and the wind's grown cold. I found your scarf, a patch of soft worn blue, left behind like a whisper, a memory of you. Every thread a tale, every fray a sign, bound to this land where your hand once held mine. Oh, how the scarf sleeps on the old front porch, while the dusk weeps its slow silent torch. The empty cabin moans with the ghosts of our dreams, where love once danced, now only heartache streams. In the quiet of the night, under starlight so deep, I hear the echoes of you in the wind as the scarf sleeps. These gravel roads know the steps we took, now covered in leaves like pages from a book. The once blazing trail now faint unsure, the echoes of laughter that time failed to cure. I roam with the dust, a shadow unkept, in the saddle I ride where our old dreams wept. Oh, how the scarf sleeps on the old front porch, while the dusk weeps its slow silent torch. The empty cabin moans with the ghosts of our dreams, where love once danced, now only heartache streams. In the quiet of the night, under starlight so deep, I hear the echoes of you in the wind as the scarf sleeps. Now the oak tree's grown taller, the river runs wide, but I'm still caught in the eddy of your absent tide. Every sunset burns red, a reminder of the past, of the two bright days, too beautiful to last. So the scarf sleeps and the world turns slow, through the doorway the wind it gently blows. I'll keep riding these trails, alone yet not free, bound by the whispers of what used to be. In the hush of the evening, where sorrow creeps, the land holds tight where the scarf still sleeps. In this heart where the wild roses weep, I'll hold to the love the scarf in the wind keeps. Shadows lay long by the gravel road where our hearts went strong. We carved our names in the old porch wood, under skies so vast, swore we always would. But the winds got a way of wearing down stone, and the dust too thick where I now roam alone. Backroad died young, left the wildflowers unsung. That old cabin's empty like the words on my tongue. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you wore. Every mile I ride, I'm missing you more. This heart rides trails of a lonesome song. Backroad died young, and I'm barely holding on. I've seen rain wash the old tracks clear, and the saddles worn from those bold yesteryears. The echoes fade down Mustang Creek, no laughter floats, no whispers speak. Where we once danced, the shadows now fall, with nothing but silence for an old cowhand's call. Backroad died young, left the wildflowers unsung. That old cabin's empty
branch of that oak where our song was sung. Now every nightfall your absence I mourn, by the ghost of that back road where our love was born. This heart rides trails of a lonesome song. Back road died young, where I'll always belong.
In the shade of the old oak tree by the creek where you once kissed me, dust dances with the leaves, speaking soft of the memories. Neath that sky wide and deep where I whispered dreams now sleep, in the breeze your laughter weaves through the hollers and the hollows we keep. Morning sky sleep, stars draped in your veil, whispering winds tell the tale of the love we let fail. Each sunset burns just like the tears we cried under the morning sky, where our old love lies. Lonely saddles, porch lights dim, gravel roads where we'd begin, empty cabin trails that fade like the promises we made and strayed. Rain on old tin roofs plays the rhythm of the truth that I wander life alone, far from you, the heart I've known. Morning sky sleeps, shrouding night in your hue, echoing the heartache of a love that once grew. Each twilight's glow, a reminder of our plight under the morning sky. I lose you every night. Oh, how the winds have changed, carrying away your sweet refrain, leaving silence in the wake of the words we'll never say. Now each trail's a tale of past, each step away from the last. Yet with every fading light your shadow lingers, holding tight. Morning sky sleeps with our tale in its folds, carrying whispers of a love that's still untold. Every dawn I rise beneath the same endless sky, haunted forever by the goodbye in your eyes. Under the morning sky where my solace lies, I'll keep riding with your echo by my side. In the valley where the cottonwoods lie low, I found her 'neath the heavens' amber glow. Our hearts carved in the old oak by the stream, where whispers of our dreams flowed like a beam. The porch creaked under quiet, secret game. In that lost town, the sunset called my name. Oh, the bleeding sky, how it knew my plight, each crimson streak a memory in flight,
Lonely paths where my scarred boots have roamed, in the dying light where my heart called home. But shadows stretching, only I'm to blame. Under that sky, the sunset called my name. Years wore down the trail to her front door. Gravel roads don't lead me back no more. Her scarf still fragrant with yesterday's rain, left behind on the saddle my refrain. The whispering winds, they don't sound the same, since from my grasp her warmth did fade and wane. Oh, the bleeding sky, how it knew my plight, each crimson streak a memory in flight. Lonely paths where my scarred boots have roamed, in the dying light where my heart called home. But shadows stretching, only I'm to blame. Under that sky, the sunset called my name. And now each night as stars begin their dance, I wonder if there's still a ghost of a chance to rewrite the tales pinned by dust and time, to clear the rust and climb back in her prime. But the night is vast and the chill lays claim on the heart of a cowboy, wild and untamed. Yes, the bleeding sky, it once knew my plight, its colors dim as I turn from the light. The road stretches long, my regrets I tame, echoes linger where the sunset called my name. In the stillness her laugh softly fades to lore, with the sunset's call a whisper evermore.
In the shade of an old oak tree, where the wildflowers hide, I recall her laughter, echoes on the breeze so wide. Wearing that flannel shirt, faded red to pale, under a wide-brimmed hat, her smile soft as a fairy tale. We'd sit on a creaky porch, her head against my arm, whisper secrets of our hearts, swaying free from harm. Flannel shirt cries in the dead of night, underneath the crescent moon's tender watching light. The trails of our past, dust to the wind and gone. Flannel shirt cries, and I'm left here to sing this song. Now there's an empty cabin where laughter once filled the room, and the wild brambles claim the path where our love used to bloom. She left with the winter rain soaking through her scarf of blue, gone down the gravel road beneath skies no longer true. The saddle sits untouched, the horse has long been sold. in the quiet town. The nights just feel so cold. Flannel shirt cries in the dead of night, underneath the crescent moon's tender watching light. The trails of our past, dust to the wind and gone. Flannel shirt cries, and I'm left here to sing this song. If these old timbers talk, they whisper of her grace. Among the shadows, I sometimes see her face, and the fields stretch out like the years that make me old. Each sunset painting her in colors bold and gold. Flannel shirt cries as I lay me down to rest, haunted by the heart she took from my lone chest. And while the stars watch silent, my dreams they dare not try. Flannel shirt cries, Lord, flannel shirt cries.
Under the shade of an old oak tree, where the wind whispers secrets in a dance, you and I carved our names for eternity, in that wild field where we took our last stance. With a scarf you left, all tattered and red, tied to the branch where our love stories bled. Saddle cries on a dusty trail, echoes of hoofbeats a lonesome wail. Sunset burns just to fade away, like your voice in the winds of yesterday. Oh, this heart rides alone tonight, under stars that don't shine as bright. Now the old porch creaks with no one to know. The tales of the laughter are sweet undertow. An empty cabin keeps the cold at its heart. Gravel roads lost to the wilderness raft, where the river used to sing you to sleep. Lies the silence, so heavy, so deep. Saddle cries on a dusty trail, echoes of hoofbeats a lonesome wail. Sunset burns just to fade away, like your voice in the winds of yesterday. Oh, this heart rides alone tonight, under stars that don't shine as bright. In the rustle of leaves I still hear your laugh, but time's a thief in a photograph. Fading trails, how they twist and they weave. Your absence is the ghost I can't leave. Saddle cries on that dusty trail, a cowboy's heart told a lonesome tale. Every sunset I whisper your name, in the hopes that my soul you'll reclaim. Yet here I ride forever astray, in the twilight of memories that won't fade away.
whispers haunt the air. I found your flannel shirt threadbare draped on that wooden chair. The porch creaks underfoot, speaks soft of days when you were near. Rustling leaves and the sunset's gold, it's here I feel you, dear. Flannel shirt burns in the dying light, my heart yearns for your touch in the cold twilight where memory turns. Each thread a story, a whispered sigh, in this quiet prairie town under that vast empty sky. Gone now the laughter, the coffee steams alone at dawn. Empty boots by the door, echo of a love withdrawn. Dusty trails stretch out like fingers from a forgotten hand. Riding these plains, my shadow's the only thing that stands. Flannel shirt burns in the fading light, my soul yearns for your scarf in the chill of night where the candle burns. Each thread a promise, a silent cry, in this hollow cabin life under the vast endless sky. In the whisper of the creek I hear your name, it's calling soft to me along the gravel roads under the oak tree shade. We were meant to be, here I stand amidst the dust and rain, holding on to memories like the earth holds on to pain. Flannel shirt burns in the twilight's embrace, my mind turns to the love lost in this silent sacred place, where my heart yearns, each ember a chapter closed, a dream that dies. On this lonely trail I walk, where the old flannel shirt lies. Let it burn, let it fade with the sunset's last light, as the colors all cascade, where the oak whispers low under the stars' gentle glow. I'll remember, always remember, as I go. In the shadow of the valley where the oak tree used to stand, I carved our names inside a heart upon its age-wrinkled hand. There's a cabin on the hillside where the window frames the west, where the sun poured like a river on the scarf that graced your chest. Oh, the sunset stays, but you're gone away, leaving echoes on this old porch where we'd sway. Dust rises with my sorrow on trails where we did roam. The sunset stays to light my way, but it can't guide you home. Now the porch swing's just a relic, and that oak tree's lying low. Storms have cleared the hill and hollow where our whispering winds would blow.
My boots tread through the silence of a path we paved with dreams, and the stars don't seem as bright now, dimmed by all my silent screams. Oh, the sunset stays, but you're gone away. Every twilight burns a memory of that day. Rain washes over footprints, but yours are set in stone. The sunset stays to warm my heart, but leaves a chill to bone. Underneath that endless sky, where your laughter filled the air, I roam these restless roads alone, finding solace nowhere. Yet in every setting sun, your smile is what I see. And though I'm destined to ride on, part of you rides with me. Yes, the sunset stays, and it's here to say, like the love I hold for you that won't decay. Wind whispers through the sagebrush, singing soft your name. The sunsets will keep holding on, but I'll never be the same. The sunset stays. Oh, the sunset stays.
Saw you last night in that corner bar. Same old smile, same broken star. You raised your glass, I froze in place. Damn, time's been kind to your face. We talked like strangers who once knew how to dance slow in dusty shoes. Laughed a bit, then paused too long, like a verse that forgot its song. We were almost forever, damn near the story they'd remember. But almost don't keep fires warm, and maybe don't survive the storm. I still hear your name in old songs played on jukebox hearts and towns that fade. We had the spark, we missed the weather. Yeah, we were almost forever. You said you got 2 kids and a dog. I smiled and sipped my second shot. I lied and said I'm doing fine, but hell, I still write your name in lines. We both know what could have been if pride had let forgiveness in. But now we're just used to be in someone else's memory. We were almost forever, almost the line in the love letter. But we folded the page too soon and lost each other under the moon. I still wear the shirt you stole from me and curse the days I let you leave. Some love just ain't that clever. Ours was almost forever. Some other life I'd hold your hand without the fight, but fate ain't kind to those who wait, and too late came right on time. We were almost forever, like autumn leaves that missed the tether. We drifted far on winds unsaid, now we toast to what we left dead. When this night fades into dawn, you'll whisper your name in the letter of a heart that remembers almost forever.
In the shade of an old oak tree, we carved our names in '53. On that wild edge of Sundown Creek, where the water whispers deep. Her eyes like the twilight sky, starlit dreams and whispered sighs. We shared the silent scents that speak, neath the branches creaking weak. But her eyes said nothing as she turned away, like a prairie wind, cold and gray. All the promises, whispered soft and low, faded like the footprints in the snow. Now the oak tree stands alone, names weathered like old bone. The cabin's empty, windows stare like hollow eyes in the prairie air. The scarf she left hang on the rack alongside my dusty hat. Memories in each thread and seam, now just shadows in my dreams. Her eyes said nothing as she walked to the dawn, leaving me with a silence and the echoes now gone. All the laughter that filled the night now just whispers in the fading light. On a gravel road I ride astray, with every sunset marking the day. The trails we walked are overgrown, this wandering life I roam alone. But in the quiet towns under starry shrouds, I see her face in the crowds. A ghost in my heart, never truly apart. Her silence, a haunting art. Said nothing, and yet they said it all. In every fading echo I hear her call, through the dust and the wind, in under spacious skies. I'll wander forever where her memory lies. Her eyes said nothing, oh, but her heart was a wild song. Out by the ridge where the wild oak stands, I found an old ranch, withered by sands, once rang with laughter under blue skies, now just a whisper of her sweet sighs. We danced on porches under moon's crown, silk scarf in her hair, my old leather gown. Oh, that old ranch, tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch
where my sorrows grow. Years passed, the trails grew over with time. Her path took her east, left me with rhyme, where once were echoes of our laughter's tune, now silent shadows under the silver moon. The saddle sits empty, the fires grow cold, a cowboy wanders, his story untold. Oh, that old ranch, tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. By the old stone well, I whispered goodbye to dreams and to her under vast prairie sky. Each sunset burns like the love I recall, echoes of footsteps through each empty hall. So that old ranch, tied down by dreams, holds my whispered secrets, my silent screams, as the sun dips low in a sky so wide. On that abandoned ranch my old heart resides. Oh, the wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Out where the oak tree meets the creek's embrace, carved our names inside a heart that day. We watched the sun paint gold on your soft face. Under that sky, my dreams were never gray. The fence we built from fallen timbers gray stood guard like sentries, and quiet come what may. But time's a thief, and winds do whisper low. The fence walked away, just like your tender glow. Now I roam these trails with dust beneath my stride, where memories echo and old ghosts reside. The saddle hangs untouched, it's worn and frayed, like the lines of time etched upon my brow. The scarf you left on the porch swing its weight, a dance of shadows as I keep my vow. The cabin's empty, laughter sorely traded for silence like the fields after their plow. But time's a thief, and winds do whisper low. The fence walked away, just like your tender glow. Now I roam these trails with dust beneath my stride, where memories echo and old ghosts reside. In the heart of night, by the fire's light I see visions of you like whispers of rain on dry leaves. Each log and stone, each dream we've sown, now part of me, tethered to this land
where my spirit still believes. Yes, time's a thief, and shadows they do grow. That fence walked away, but your love still flows through gravel roads, neath endless azure skies. I'll walk these lands till my lonesome heart lies. And though you're gone in the sunset's fiery blaze, I find a peace in these gold-soaked, wistful days.
There's a cabin on the ridge where the cottonwoods sigh, where we carved our names under that wide frontier sky. The scarf she left behind on the hook by the door still dances with the wind on that old wooden floor. Each creak sounds like the steps of her boots coming around, but it's just echoes of silence. In the shadows I'm bound. Her goodbye tied down to the oak by the spring, where the waters run clear and the meadowlarks sing. Each sunset bleeds memories over gravel and ground. My heart rides the trails where her laughter once found. Oh, her goodbye tied down like a ghost in my town. In every dust swirl, her spirit spellbound. The seasons turn their pages, the rains washed away the paths to our dreams where old promises lay. From the porch I watch stars flare where eyes used to shine. There's just the cold whisper of the pines. A lone saddle sits idle where once we'd ride side by side. Now I roam these empty rooms where our love used to reside. Her goodbye tied down to the oak by the spring, where the waters run clear and the meadowlarks sing. Each sunset bleeds memories over gravel and ground. My heart rides the trails where her laughter once found. Oh, her goodbye tied down like a ghost in my town. In every dust swirl, her spirit spellbound. In the stillness of the night I feel her close yet so far, a silhouette against the moon, a whispered sigh from a star. If this land could speak, it'd tell me to find where I belong, but every trail without her feels uncertain and wrong. And her goodbye tied down under skies vast and profound. I wander these lands where our love once was crowned, and as the horizon swallows the sun with a frown, in the heart of this cowboy her goodbye's tied down. Her goodbye forever tied down.
Shadow of the oak, where whispers hang on the breeze, I first saw her wild hair glow in the sunset's tease. by the old porch step. We shared our youthful dreams under starlit skies, by the murmurs of the stream. The dust danced around our boots. The world was ours to claim. Back when the fading light first whispered out my name. Oh, the fading light called my name. Echoes of laughter lost in the wind's claim. This heart rides lonesome trails of blame underneath skies where the fading light called my name. Now the cabin stands empty where once our laughter dwelled. Gravel roads less traveled by the tales that they once spelled. Her scarf still hangs on the hook, frayed by the years. Each thread a memory, each stain a fallen tear. The rains came and washed away, but the ache remains the same. Since the fading light softly spoke my name. Oh, the fading light called my name. Whispers of what was, sparks of an old flame, wandering through shadows of love's old game. In the quiet whispers where the fading light called my name. By the creek bed dry, under the vast aching skies, I reckon every sunset's just a sweet solemn goodbye. And in the hush of the wind, I feel her touch in the cold, a fleeting warmth to hold as the night grows old. Yes, the fading light called my name, a symphony of silence where once was fame. Riding alone, nothing's the same except the haunting beauty where the fading light called my name, where the fading light ever gently called my name.
out by the whispering creek where the oak trees weep. My boots stirred the dust, your scarf caught the breeze. We carved our names under that old porch light. Now I'm talking to shadows in the falling night. The creek sings low, a sorrowful sound, in the place where my heart first got bound. Oh, the creek haunts with its lonely call, where our echoes lie beneath the twilight shawl. Every stone and turn, a memory's breath, and the quiet sobs of the stream. I feel your depth, the sunset bleed, it knows my cost. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. The years rolled like the wheels down a gravel road. The cabin's empty, the fire's cold. Your laughter's a ghost in the rustling leaves, and I'm a shadow man with a heart that grieves. The trails we walk now overgrown, in the creek haunts I wander alone. Oh, the creek haunts with its mournful sigh, where dreams drift like clouds in a stormy sky. Each whisper in the wind, your name it calls, amongst the crumbling pines and the weeping falls. The dust settles deep where our love was tossed. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. And oh, my sweet, does the wind carry cries to the stars above from my tear-dimmed eyes? For each night I lay by these haunted streams, you visit me softly in the thorns of my dreams. Yes, the creek haunts with its lonesome moan, a cradle of echoes where I've grown old. The shadows stretch as the day departs, in the creek haunts amidst broken hearts, a silhouette against the fading gloss. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. So I'll saddle my sorrows, ride the dusty dawn, by the creek that haunts where you're forever gone. And maybe these trails under skies vast and blue will one day heal the scars of losing you. But until then, in the dust I'll trust. At the creek haunts, where I loved and lost. In the shadow of the oak, by the creek where whispers float, I first saw her wild hair in the sun's retiring glare. We danced on creaking boards neath the porch of weathered lore, her laughter twining through like the breeze in twilight's hue. Unspoken words watch me leave in the dust of twilight's eve. A scarf she wore, now part of the core of the saddle I used to grieve. As the sun bids goodbye in the vast regretful sky, her memory's a ghost on this endless lonesome coast. Years flew like the storm that paints the desert north. From bustling towns to silent nights under the cold, distant lights. The cabin empty sighs, and in its corners my heart lies. But time washed away the dreams like pebbles in mountain stream. Unspoken words watched me leave. In the rain that night did weave. The scarf she wore lay on the cabin floor where my hopes began to cleave. As the wind whispers low through the valleys I once known, her touch a fleeting trace in the chill of empty space. And the roads they twist and turn, each with a lesson stern. To ride is to roam in a world that's just foam, on the sea of grass and stone where my heart finds its own. Unspoken words watch me leave as I held my breath to grieve. A scarf she wore now frayed and torn in the dreams I still believe. With every setting sun, my wandering heart's undone. A cowboy rides alone with his heart forever thrown. So let the sunsets glow, tell the tales of woe, of a cowboy's lone ride with his memories as his guide. Unspoken words, like birds, fly away into the skies, and under the vast starlit night, a lone heart quietly lies.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where our names were carved so wild and free, the sun beats down on that lonely grave, where all my foolish love's engraved. By the porch where you'd swing slow, I lost the heart I'll never show. Oh, grave sank low beneath the weeping sky, where the whispers of the wind come to sigh. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you wore, a color fading now no more. In the quiet towns where you once smiled, I walk alone, heart unreconciled. The cabin stands empty, a silent creed, the laughter gone like a tumbleweed. The gravel road, once our parade, now just tracks in the dust we made. Your saddle's gone, no horse to ride, just memories on the great divide. Oh, grave sank low beneath the weeping sky, where the whispers of the wind come to sigh. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you wore, a color fading now no more. In the quiet towns where you once smiled, I walk alone, heart unreconciled. Beneath the vast unending blue, I understand I was only passing through. Your love a fleeting brilliant flash, now just ashes and echoes in the ash. Oh, grave sank low beneath the weeping sky, where the whispers of the wind come to sigh. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you wore, a color fading now no more. In the quiet towns where you once smiled, I walk alone, heart unreconciled. So here I stand where oak trees grow, throwing stones at the river's slow flow. Each ripple a memory, each wave a tear. In the echo of hoofbeats, I disappear.
In the shade of the old oak tree, by the creek where we once lay, I found a faded scarf you wore, now colors turned to gray. The wildlands whisper through the grass where our laughter used to sound. A lone cabin stands beneath the hill where our dreams were tightly bound. But now the wind sings lonesome through the sagewood, thin and dry. Moonlight dances on the gravel road where we said our last goodbye. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red like the heart I can't reclaim. For in the dust of trails long gone, all that's left your name. Years rode by on thundering hooves, over stones that mark the miles. The town's old porch creaks underfoot, echoing the missing smiles. Your laughter's just a ghost now, in the shadows that I roam. This wanderer's heart beneath white skies, forever doomed to roam. But still the wind sings lonesome through the sagewood, thin and dry. Moonlight fades on the lonely roads where we said our last goodbye. Every star a piercing reminder of the eyes that match their gleam, lost in the dust of trails long gone, buried in a dream. Sometimes late at night, I swear I hear the whisper of your voice, floating across the valleys, making my weary heart rejoice. But dawn breaks harsh on hills of silence, each day reborn anew, with nothing but the ache inside and memories of you. So I'll ride on with the sunset, my shadow long and lean, chasing echoes of what we were and places we've once been. Though the wind still sings through sagewood and the road stretches behind, the hardest trails are those we walk in the memories left behind. In the dust of trails long gone, my heart forever confined.
Out by the ridge where the wild oaks stand, I found an old ranch withered by sand. Once rang with laughter under blue sky, now just a whisper of her sweet sighs. We danced on porches under moon's crown, silk scarf in her hair, my old leather gown. Oh, that old ranch tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a
dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. Years passed, the trails grew over with time. Her path took her east, left me with rhyme. Where once were echoes of our laughter's tune, now silent shadows under silver moon. The saddle sits empty, the fires grow cold. A cowboy wanders, his story untold. Oh, that old ranch tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. By the old stone well I whispered goodbye to dreams and to her under vast prairie sky. Each sunset burns like the love I recall, echoes of footsteps through each empty hall. So that old ranch tied down by dreams holds my whispered secrets, my silent screams. As the sun dips low and the sky so wide, on that abandoned ranch my old heart resides. Oh, the wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor where my sorrows grow.
Out by the willow where the creek used to sing, I carved our names in the bark of an old oak tree. The sun dipped low like it knew we had dreams. Now it's just shadows and whispers and a cool evening breeze. Memory drifts like dust on the trail, through abandoned cabins and past rusted rails. Every sunset bleeds the same deep red as the scarf you left on that old porch bed. Gravel roads echo where your laughter once flowed, an empty saddle and our dreams now foreclosed. Rain taps like fingers on a lonely window pane, whispering secrets of a love that waned. Memory drifts like dust on the trail, through abandoned cabins and past rusted rails. Every sunset bleeds the same deep red as the scarf you left on that old porch bed. Beneath the vast prairie sky, I reckon time's a thief in a ceaseless ride. But every stop there is a story we told, burning bright but oh, growing cold. Memory drifts and I'm left here to stand, with nothing but your shadow slipping through my hand. Those fading trails, they still call my name, but darling, without you, it just ain't the same. Yes, memory drifts, and I reckon it's time to ride into that sunset where our old love still shines.